is the third recording. And the third recording is the explanation of how my novel has been handled. How my novel has been handled. How my novel was handled. Okay. So what I did was, as I said in my last broadcast, I said the novel that I released is not in the same category with those novels that yesterday I was reading about how writers are coming out of Africa, and I was able to see like Ngozi, the one that wrote the Butterfly and all that. But what I find out is that those people, that's what they do. That is their persona. That's all about. That's what they're going to be able to do going forward. They're not going to be able to do any other thing. They are now being put into a block of, I am a writer, and there was the other bullet that has been thrown at them from different angle are going to be there, and it will always stay with them, and they're not going to be able to. They're not going to be able to get away from it. But in my own case, the novel that I wrote, don't have that kind of attachment to me, because my overall mission is something that came to me after I've already put the entire cycle in place and played with it and continue to play with it. Then I find out that, one, irrespective of the fact that I know the women issue was addressed by me as a kid. I was thinking that may have to do what must have got me into trouble, because I was listening to the roadmap that humanity wanted me to travel, and I thought when that came up, I did question people that was around me that were around me that did not pay, that wanted that area unsanctified. They didn't want the sanctification of the world. They didn't care about that. And I was more worried about the sanctity of humanity. So I had to question the audacity. As I was questioning it, one way or the other, I ended up outside to go stay with my sister and stuff like that. So after going to go stay there, so I had to come, but I was able to come back in and out, and finally came in and settled that. I took the life, started working out my future. Okay, like I said the third one is going to be how did the novel come about? The way it came about is that I approached it from that kid when I was a little kid, that small little boy, challenging the orthodoxy of humanity. That's where I came up from. So when I challenged it, that's why I'm now writing about that in a bigger school of life. I didn't know I was going to come there. What has brought me to that point was, first of all, my fact that I was having best way to put that is that I was having to be a superpower. I had the superpower characteristics, because when you're talking about characters matters, your character matters, which is what I'm selling when I kept recording and I kept loading up there, I'm not really interested in money, the money that's going to beg for me. What I'm interested in is I want to be able to have myself introduced to the bigger school of life, the bigger world. I'm introducing myself so that everybody can know where I'm coming from, so that in the long run, if I try to pull my mission and make that mission work, which is bringing the women fold into becoming president on a global level, so that they can have their fingernail on their nuclear button, as compared to the person who is threatening humanity right now, who is also misogynistic, or his brother who wants to join hands with him so that he can solidify, because they are gaseous, they are in a gaseous state. They want to be able to solidify and go into a solid state. The area where I am bounding together right now, I'm putting all the gas and I'm making to become solid. I'm not worried about the liquid state. I'm worried about the solid state. And that solid state that I'm trying to get to become solid, so that I can now make things happen. When I do get there, for me to be able to execute that, the mission of this summation or of this platform is going to be one and only one thing. How can we flip the coins? How can we flip the narrative? So that now that we know that a lot of women have really risen up, they've transcended, they've made a lot of, especially in the just about anywhere in the world, women have really made a lot of progress. I did not know that. I went into this journey very naive, thinking that women have not made any progress at all. Especially if you look at it from the periphery. Is it true that they have not, the progress they have made is still very, very infinitesimal. It's still too small. It needs to be addressed because of the generation that are coming behind us. If we cannot be on a wide range, become heavy hitter, they cannot become heavy hitter, or at least be able to be on a level playing field, we are going to see the next generation coming on. We don't have the fuel. They won't be able to have enough fuel to be able to get to the next level. That's where that rusty area there is where I've given a lot of credit to myself to say, oh, I may have come up to think that at the peripheral level, they have not made any progress at all. That's not true. They've made a lot of progress. But the progress itself is that they are sitting in the boardroom, they are sitting at the money level. A lot of them are wealthy. A lot of them are not greedy. A lot of them are exercising the truth. But the area where they are at, if you look at it from the prism of my eyes, they are still not that, the progress is still very, very small. They made a lot of progress, but their progress is still very small. So there's room for error here. There's room for add on, to be able to add more. There's room for that maneuvering. And that's what my mission is saying. And as I was saying, I try to discuss the issue with the only person that somebody that I have confidence in, that's going to help me to move this project to the next level. I found out that she was just too in the dark, that she was not she don't know the mission itself, and I defined it yesterday. I said the mission is pretty simple: make women to become and unbecome. And to do that, I was telling her that in 2027 in Nigeria, we want to be able to have women. We want to be able to have women being bankrolled by us. What we're going to make out of the software, which is probably going to be a unicorn, and it's going to be making, it's going to be a unicorn. So as a unicorn, we will be able to, we need what to call a grand zero, a grand scheme that just like we are working the project, that overall grand scheme, what we are working on the project, we have something we are falling back on. We have something we are falling back on. And that I believe that a lot of people who are wealthy out there did not have that kind of solid foundation when they left, when they got to where they got to. So they are light in the rear end. They are very, very light at the rear end because they did not have what to call something they can call their own. What they stand for. What they stand for is their business model. What I stand for is the ability to be able to smoothen out the undulating platform of women and of people of African descent globally. I'm not going to ever stay away from that. That's all I want to do. The other part of it to say, well, you're going to make money, you're going to do that, you're going to do that, you're going to do that.